On the show tonight, I have Vinod Mehta, who's been accused by Arun Shourie earlier today of being of having a story planted on him by the Congress party. Also with us on the show tonight is Mohammad Salim of the CPIM. Chandan Mitra is joining us. We're going to be joined by the Congress party representatives in just 1 minute. But before that, let me get Vinod Mehta, you in first. What do you think about this whole debate that's been going on in Parliament, Mr. Mehta, about whether the Prime Minister should face a privilege motion?
Arnab, the first thing I'd like to say is I would like to refute the charge made against Outlook that we have planted this story has been planted on us by Kapil Sibal or by the Congress party as a counterpoint to the debate that is happening in Parliament, so that the Congress could talk about corruption in the B.J.P. as opposed to the B.J.P. talking about corruption in the Congress. I refute this completely. We have been working on this story for 6 weeks. You can say the story is rubbish, the story is false. I'm prepared to argue about that. But I am not prepared to argue about the fact that this was planted on us by somebody to create difficulties for Mr. Shourie or the B.J.P. The second thing I would like to say is, there are a lot of red herrings here. What is the issue today? The issue is not B.J.P. corruption versus Congress corruption. The issue is corruption in the Indian system. Was the vote in 2000 and the nuclear deal vote, was it bought by the Congress party? Were bribes paid for that? That is the issue we should discuss. Instead, we are having this tutu meme as always between the B.J.P. and the Congress, who is more corrupt. I don't give a damn about who's corrupt and who's less corrupt. I want to get to the bottom of this. Yes, the charge of bribery.
But Mr. Mehta,
in the nuclear deal, and if that is true, or not true, but it should be fully investigated. I am completely for a full investigation for that charge, and that can be even done today.
But the full investigation has not been done.
Tutu meme between B.J.P. and Congress is a complete diversion of the issue.
No, but what you're calling a tutu meme is leading to a very valid question. We don't know about what happened in the cash forward scam. Of course, there was money paid. The Prime Minister said, I don't know anything about the money paid. Was there a cash transaction? Was there not a sting operation at that point of time which showed there was a cash transaction? Who was the cash transaction being done on behalf of? Was the cash transaction an inducement? Why was the sting operation not telecast then?
Those are very valid questions. They should be investigated. But can I just say that all this drama in Parliament was for what? Tomorrow morning, the B.J.P. is going to get its discussion. Today they said the discussion must take place before the finance bill. Well, that bill has been passed. Tomorrow they will get their opportunity to question the Prime Minister.
So what is the point of a discussion? What is the point of a discussion if the investigation is completed? Chandan Mitra, tell me that.
The point of the discussion, Arnab, the point of the discussion is that was money paid or wasn't it, were MPs bribed to vote for the Congress in the nuclear deal? That's the issue.
No, Arnab, that is not the point.
Detailed, sir.
Arnab, that is not the point. Arnab, that is not the point. The point is, did the Prime Minister willfully mislead Parliament on the cash for votes issue? The fact is, let me just put the facts straight, that we have had 3 contentious trust votes over the last 20 odd years. In 1993, P.V. Narasimha Rao bought the votes through the JMM. It is all well known, well documented. Second time, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee lost a confidence vote by 1 vote. And the third time, Manmohan Singh won the confidence vote, crossing the majority mark by 3.
Sir, and getting how can you have a debate based upon your sense of hurt? No, are you having a debate?
Sorry?
Are you having a debate because you have a sense of hurt that the B.J.P. lost by 1 vote?
No, not a sense of hurt. This is only to reinforce the well-known public fact that the Congress party depends on money power. And second point, the Prime Minister is the biggest beneficiary of the use of money to stay in power. The Prime Minister knows very well what his party and his allies were up to in 2008. But first, at the India Today conclave, he said, I did not authorize it. 3.5 hours later, he comes to Parliament and says there is no evidence that any bribery was involved. Now, you just shows Prime Minister, he may not have authorized it. I am willing to believe that. But how can he say nothing happened? Because there was a parliamentary committee.
So you want to, I understand, you want to induce the Prime Minister into a debate. 1 minute, sir. You want to induce the Prime Minister into a debate, understood. But I'm asking, but I've asked a more fundamental question.
Yeah,
does anybody in India know, does anybody watching the News Hour today know what the cash for vote scam was about? What the sting was about?
Arnab,
why it was not telecast at that particular point of time? Why it was short?
Sorry, Arnab,
why a politician appeared on the tape?
This is not true. Yes, look, there is a parliamentary committee report. Mr. V. Kishore Chandra Deo, who is an eminent and respectable Congress members, and there are not too many of them. He headed that committee and he submitted a report.
Yeah.
Yes, there were 3 dissenting notes among the 7-member committee, but that committee did a detailed investigation, and at the end of it, it said that this parliamentary committee is not an investigative agency. So this entire matter needs further probe. And this should be done by appropriate investigative authority.
But then the entire truth.
What happened is detailed.
No, one second, Chandan Mitra. One can't approach an issue with ifs and buts and treat an issue by slicing and dicing it. The truth must be said. I'm asking a basic question. The L.K. Advani at that point of time came out of Parliament. We all remember. He came out of Parliament and he said this whole sting operation, the whole expose is going to come out on some channel. What was the role? How did the B.J.P know in advance of something that nobody in India knew about? How was that?
That is a different matter. Now you ask the channel, Arnab, you know which channel, and we all know, so you ask the channel, what happened?
No, but I am asking you as a BJP person.
Comment on that. But but the point is, you please read the Kishore Chandra Deo committee's report, where people have gone and deposed, and the committee has said this matter requires further investigation. But 3 years since that, the government has not authorized a proper investigation into this huge scandal where money was paid to B.J.P. MPs.
No, Chandan Mitra, Abhishek Manu Singhvi is joining us. Mohammad Salim coming to you, Vinod Sharma coming to you. I'm going to Abhishek Manu Singhvi now. The question here is, have a debate. But India has been denied the truth about the cash for vote scam. It's been completely denied the truth about the cash for vote scam per se.
Arnab, can I?
Yes.
Arnab, can I reply, please?
Please.
Arnab, I entirely agree with your last sentence. Please put your comment to those who disrupt the debate. Today I was in the Rajya Sabha. At 11 o'clock there is a long initial disruption, and then ultimately at 2 o'clock there is a disruption on another reason. The point is that both on the privileges issue and on the statement of the Prime Minister, the debate is being forced by disruption. That's not on. It is, everything is open to debate in Parliament. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have the debate if there is no further disruption. But 1 second. If the moment you start accepting this principle that every time there is a disagreement, today there is disagreement on issue X, tomorrow, so first it was income tax Gujarat, second it is privileges, third it is WikiLeaks, each day you will have disruption. This is ridiculous. It is non-negotiable, the disruption issue. Secondly, on the merits of this, Mr. Chandan Mitra, in what I have just heard, and the B.J.P. generally, is repeatedly talking about the Kishore Chandra Dev report. Let's get 2 or 3 facts clear. Today, the report found nothing incriminating directly or indirectly against the Congress, against the government, against the UPA, or even against a congressman.
So, but it was not complete.
Clearly. Point 1.
It was not complete.
Point 2. 1 second. Let me complete. I am not yet completed. Number 2, having not found anything against them, it has this one sentence that further links about this gentleman, the name is given, should be explored and inquired into. Number 3, even this gentleman who is mentioned or the link he has supposedly with Mr. Amar Singh do not involve any congressman.
So,
and number 4, that link requiring to be investigated in the future, how do you fault The Prime Minister's statement.
No, no, so it's an
The Prime
incomplete
Minister is to admit in his
investigation.
statement
No,
that I have
It's an incomplete
found
investigation.
something
No,
wrong
it's an
in
incomplete
Congress.
investigation.
Prime
That's the point. I'm
Minister
getting Mohammed Salim.
contradicted himself.
Okay,
Within
let's
3.5 hours.
assume, 1 minute. Let's assume that the Kishore Chandra Dev report, the subsequent investigation is not complete or not done. Let's assume that. How does it
Not-
fault the
not
Prime Minister's
ordered.
statement? Is the Prime Minister to come to the House?
course, because
One
Prime-
second. It is to come to
Sorry,
the House, the Prime
let me
Minister,
ask Mr.
and he should
Abhishek
get up
Manu
and say,
Singhvi.
look, I find that the Kishore Chandra Dev report, which has one sentence, amounts to indictment of a congressman, of my government, of my minister.
Sir, this is not
How
a
can the
question
Prime
about
Minister say that?
parliamentary procedure.
said right
Mr.
now.
No, that's not the
Dr.
point.
Singhvi, no, one
Mr.
second. Let me get the
Abhishek
others in. The
Manu
question is,
Singhvi, like
I'm
a
just
good lawyer,
intervening for a moment,
orchestrating.
Chandan Mitra. The question tonight is not a question about parliamentary procedure. I have asked a more basic question. Does India
not on
know
parliamentary procedure.
about what
We
was
are
that
on
sting
the
operation?
substance.
Why it was recorded? Who was involved in recording it? How the B.J.P knew in advance it was recorded? Why the B.J.P said it will
That
be
is
telecast?
secondary.
Why it was not telecast?
That is secondary.
No, this is the elementary
Arnab,
questions.
the country knows. Country knows the Congress and its allies tried to bribe
No such
MPs of opposition parties to abstain or defect.
Okay,
And they
ridiculous.
succeeded.
No.
And the evidence is there on tape, which the National Forensic
Mohammed Salim,
Laboratory
Don't assume
let
has
me get Mohammed Salim
authenticated.
in. Let me get Mohammed Salim.
assuming
I'm-
a record to be
What is there to prove?
Let
We
me get
know
Mohammed
who
Salim
was
in.
the bribe giver.
Let's get the Mohammed
Who was
Salim
the
in.
bribe
Vinod Mehta
giver?
coming to
We
you.
know
Mohammed
who are the
Salim.
people who took bribes.
Mohammed
Will
Salim.
the learned panelists allow me
Yes,
to
please.
have my voice?
Yes, please.
Unfortunately or fortunately, I was also a member of that committee which you are talking about. Unfortunately, the parliamentarians and the ministers, I don't think they have read the report. Secondly,
Yes.
the report
Yes.
itself says that there is a lot of smoke screen generated, cover-up operation was there. I made a note of dissent, and first time in the history of Indian Parliament, even that note of dissent was edited. Then I put it on the website and I had this press conference and release. So one thing is clear, that institution is much more important than the individuals. Arnab, you are right, saying that how the parliamentary democratic system is being destroyed.